Hi everyone, I'm Anna Finch and welcome to my channel. So today's video is my book launch for Mellie the Mermaid. So in Australia, technically Mellie the Mermaid came out yesterday, but considering a large chunk of my audience is from the US, the UK, it made a bit more sense to do the book launch Saturday morning. I ended up having to delay the book launch by about 30 or so minutes because I had an allergic reaction, so that's why. Okay, so with this book launch, I'm pretty much just going to talk a little bit about my book, a little bit about my process, and open up to questions. We'll probably do one, maybe two writing sprints. It really depends. I'll probably read three or four pages of Mellie the Mermaid live. But yeah, I'll probably only do this for about 30 minutes to an hour. Really depends on engagement, things like that. Sorry, I've got allergies and and for some reason, being in my room, I'm having a lot of allergic reactions, which normally doesn't happen. Okay. All right. So, Mellie the Mermaid is available now in paperback, hardcover, and ebook. It is pretty much available on all major retailers: Amazon, Kobo, Nook / Barnes and Noble, Apple, Google Play. It is also now available on Smashwords, and it will also be available on a new platform that is on Draft Digital. So I'm trying to remember what the new platform is. Palace Marketplace, that's a new platform. All my other books are also now available on Smashwords as well. Yeah, so it's pretty much available everywhere. If you are interested in a hardcover or a paperback, you can order directly from me. Sorry. You can order directly from me through my website. So if you send me a message through my website, I can send you an invoice. It will most likely be in Australian dollars because that's the way Square is set up. So yeah, so it's possible to get it directly from me. Okay, now I've got to edit. I didn't get a chance to edit the tags for my video because of my allergic reaction. So yeah. Just gonna fix this. Okay. All right. Hold on, something's not right with my computer. All right, fix it. Okay, so Mellie the Mermaid is a children's picture book. Okay, it is fiction. It's a fictional story. It's written specifically for kids around about maybe 2 to 5. Yeah, as it has been. So, with Mellie the Mermaid, I actually wrote this story before I did Hide and Seek Alphabet. So they were written the other way around. They were done in different orders because of the complexity of the complexity of both things. So I ended up publishing Hide and Seek Alphabet first because it wasn't as complex as Mellie the Mermaid. When I say complex, I mean what the type of book. Hide and Seek Alphabet is an alphabet concept book. It's very straightforward. There is a set structure that is repeated, just changed for different animals. It's fairly straightforward. This is not a cold, by the way. It is literally my reaction to dust, among many other things. And is why I ended up delaying it, because it was a lot worse earlier this morning. So the central idea for Mellie the Mermaid is that everyone has fears. Okay, everyone is afraid of something. Everyone is scared of something. But sometimes people will deny having that fear, and can act fearless in their own detriment. So I kind of wanted to show that it was okay to be scared. It's okay to explore the world around you. You just need to be careful. Mellie is quite inquisitive, like all kids are. All kids around the 2 to 5 range, even older, they're very inquisitive. They're very curious about the world around them. They want to know why. And it's the same thing with teenagers. They want to know why. And just with experience with secondary teaching, telling someone no, don't do that, doesn't necessarily work, because 9 times out of 10 they will go ahead and do it anyway, and then react to the fallout. Yeah. When I wrote Mellie the Mermaid, I actually wrote it because I couldn't sleep. I wanted to fall asleep. I had turned off my computer. I was just exhausted. I just wanted to sleep. So I thought, all right, I'll get a pen and paper. I'll start writing something. I like mermaids. I'll start writing mermaid story. And I literally picked it random. I'm like, okay, Mellie the Mermaid. And I just went with it. And I just started writing. And I wrote that entire story from start to finish in like less than an hour. Now, the original draft, I kid you not, was like 6 pages long. Now, the book I write in a like A2 size book, because I get these for free when I go to education shows and things like that. They always give me these books. Don't know why they give me these books, so I use them anyway. So right, I wrote it by hand, and it's like 6 pages. Definitely more than 1,000 words. Finish it, put it back. Next day, I typed it up. So what generally helps me is I switch between mediums. So if I'm handwrite something initially, I will then type it up. At least with shorter stories. So children's picture books, poems, things like that. Not so much novels. Sometimes I do handwrite chapters, like entire chapters or entire sections of my book on piece of paper and then type it up, simply because I can't take my laptop or iPad to whatever place. So sometimes switching between mediums. Sometimes what I will do, switching to a different laptop. So switching from my Mac to a PC, looking at a different screen will sometimes help me. And that's how I do my first round of editing. So I change the format a bit. So if it's handwritten, I change it to typed. Even if it's initially typed, I will change the font so to my eyes it looks different. And I read it out loud. I read out loud what I'm saying, which is how I notice if I've missed words. Because sometimes when I'm writing, my brain goes faster than my hand. So sometimes my brain says, the word of, right? So of this place, right? And I go back and reread my writing, and that word of is not there. It's not written down, because my brain thinks I've already written it when it hasn't. So that's generally my first stage of editing. I read my work out loud. With children's picture books, I hate myself less when reading it out loud, because I can rhyme, I can do all sorts of things. But with my novel, sometimes I find myself slipping into rhyme as I'm writing, like, my novel, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sound like Dr. Seuss. I have to change stuff. When I'm gonna be honest, I find writing children's picture books much more fun than writing a novel. I still enjoy writing novels, and I am still writing one at the moment. The same one I've been working on for years, and I haven't finished. I've got to get that first draft done. Hopefully I can. I'm at a new school, a new role. My classes are different. There's less stress coming from that. So some of the things that caused the delays in the first place are no longer there. Thank God for that. But yeah, I find writing children's picture books much more enjoyable than novels. Part of that, I think, is because with a children's picture book, I can literally sit down for an hour and write for that one story, start to finish, and get it done. I can get that first draft done in an hour, maybe 2, right? I can get it done in a short amount of time. It's one and done. I can then go back and edit it and go, this doesn't sound right, tweak it before I send it to an editor, more than one editor, like with Mellie the Mermaid. So because I can get it done in a short amount of time in comparison to a novel, I feel happier after I've finished it rather than relieved, because my brain feels like I've already succeeded at the task, which was finishing a book, right? And because my brain thinks I finished it, I'm much more happier about it. And I mean, children's stories are not simplistic. In comparison to novels, they may appear so, but there's formatting rules, there's page rules and things like that. So there's things about there's structure stuff that you need to take into consideration. Yeah. For example, word count. Yeah. For young adults, the word count is generally between about 17 to about 100,000. But there have been young adult novels that are longer. There have been young adult novels that are shorter. The word count can be whatever. There's a bit more flexibility. But with children's picture books, you have to strictly keep to a word count. So for kids that are maybe 6 to 7, so they've just started primary school, they might have the upper word count of about 1,000. The books for 3 to 4 or 4 to 5-year-olds would be on the lower end. Now, Mellie the Mermaid is it is under 1,000. I think it's about 500 words-ish. So it's in the mid-range. But because of who the age range is, considering what the age range is, the word count is fine because typically it's not the kids reading the book, it's the adult reading the book to the kids. So I can have it in the middle range of the word count or in the upper range. Whereas I wouldn't necessarily do it if it was for 5-year-olds and for 5-year-olds to actually read themselves. It couldn't be this long. Because the amount of words and things like that need to be shorter. The sentences need to be shorter because when you're 5 years old, if you're in primary school at 5, you're looking at very short sentences. I went to this, I did this. And it needs to be things that they can recognize. But yeah, writing children books, I enjoy it more than the novels. So I'm going to continue doing children's picture books. And because I can get them done, I can write the story quickly, get the editing done. The longest bit of it is illustrations. Illustrations take a long time. Formatting can take a while. So I had issues with formatting for Mellie the Mermaid, the ebook in particular. On my end, what happened was I contacted someone. I left it too late. I've my brain put it off. I left it too late, but I contacted the person that formatted Hide and Seek Alphabet because they did a fantastic job, and it worked. I had no complaints about the formatting at all, and they mentioned something. I contacted them. They basically didn't reply after a few back and forth about clarifying stuff. They didn't reply. They didn't send me the custom offer, so I had to contact other people that I hadn't used before. One person, I won't say who, said, "Yeah, I'll do it. I can do it within this many days. If you give me the file, I will convert it, at least initially, just to tell you how long it will take." I'm like, I need this by Friday because it needs to be uploaded onto Draft Digital 2 weeks before. And she's like, yeah, I'll get it done by Friday. Friday comes, no ebook. I'd asked her to put in the offer for me to accept it, one, as a guarantee that she would do the job, but so that she knew she was going to get paid and how much. No. Saturday, I'm like, no, this is taking too long. I've got to meet the deadline. I've got to contact Drafted Digital just in case the next person can't meet the deadline. Just in case I need to push back the release date. It was a nightmare. Second person did a great job. They got it within the time limit. Now, when I upload the book, when I view the book on Adobe, something to do with viewing, when I look at it through the Apple app, it works fine. It works well. It looks great. But apparently there's some issue with Kindle via NetGalley, so I have no idea what the issue is. So I've got to contact the person I did originally for Hide and Seek Alphabet and get them to redo the file at some point, because it could potentially affect my sales in Amazon. Anyway, all right. Now, giveaways. So I am doing 2 Goodreads giveaways. Now, unfortunately, the Goodreads platform only allows entrants from the US. I can't do anything about that. So I am giving away 50 copies of Voiceless, A Mermaid's Tale, the ebook, and 50 copies of Hide and Seek Alphabet via the Goodreads giveaway, also an ebook. The entries close on the 31st of March. Hi. So just to repeat, because you just came in, I'm doing Goodreads giveaway for 2 of my books. Unfortunately, they're only open to people in the US because that's how Goodreads is structured. So Voiceless, A Mermaid's Tale is a young adult novel that is available in the giveaway. I've got 50 copies to give away the ebook. And I'm also giving away 50 copies of Hide and Seek Alphabet with Australian Animals, the ebook, via Goodreads. The entries close on the 31st this month. So I'm going to read a little bit of Mellie the Mermaid, and then we can do a live writing sprint, if you like. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit off. I've got allergies, so sometimes I will cough and sneeze, and yeah, it's a bit hard to breathe occasionally. So this is Mellie the Mermaid. It actually won the 2023 Firebird Awards, Firebird Book Awards, for children's preschool books so for 2 to 4 year olds. So I'm really happy about that. My illustrator was Wathmi de Ziosa. She did an amazing job with this. I really loved how it all turned out. Yeah. You know what? I'll try and see if I can get Mellie the Mermaid as like a second screen so you can see it. Just give me a moment. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'll read the first 2 sets of pages. Again, sorry for my voice. My voice is really weird today. Mellie the Mermaid is not scared of anything. Not little fish that bite and snap, or giant clams that clap and trap. Be careful out there, little Mellie. The things in the deep, deep blue can sting and bite you, says Dad. I'm not scared of anything, all right, says Mellie. Oh, sorry. Off Mellie swims into the deep, deep blue. Swish, swish, swishing, past the starfish, kelp, and shell houses too. Where are you going today, Mellie? Asks Mum. I want to look at old ship Nellie, says Mellie. Be careful out there, little Mellie. There are things out there that strike and burn. Be sure you make a safe return, says Mum. Off Mellie swims into the deep, deep blue, around the jellyfish and coral that grows. Okay. That's all I'm going to read from Mellie the Mermaid, simply because of the size of the book. If I continue reading, I'll probably end up finishing the book. What did you think? So what did you think about Mellie the Mermaid? I'll get the links for the Goodreads giveaway, and I'll put it here in the chat for you. I can't access the I haven't got a direct link to the giveaway, simply because I'm in Australia, so I can't even go on the actual page to see what giveaways are available to give you the exact link. But this website, this link I've just put in, will allow you to look to see what giveaways are available. Two of my books are on there. The only requirement is to basically put the book that you would like to get through the giveaway in your want to read list, from what I understand. Okay. All right. I'll probably do a couple of writing sprints. And then if anyone has any questions, you can put it in the chat. I'll probably do one 10-minute 10-minute writing sprint. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I've only really messaged or wrote messages to people on Fiverr, rather than writing for a story, because I'm doing radio interviews and things like that, so I've got to organise that. Okay. You know what? I'm going to leave it at that. If you happen to be in Melbourne, this Sunday, I'm going to be doing a in-person author event at the Queen Victoria Market in the book market. Okay. They'll be selling my books directly. So that would be tomorrow, Melbourne time. Thank you for the people who joined me. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. Bye.